Welcome back to Basement Movie Room. We're back again with another, technically Vinegar Syndrome release. This is the review of Censor, the 2021 film directed by someone who I can't remember. And I should probably pull that stuff up before I start doing the review. But
I'll pull it up.
Starring no one you've ever seen. But interesting film. So he's going to pull it up here. C. It starts with the C. He's typing S-E.
Can't type.
This is staying in the video. So Censor follows Naima Ao. I don't know. I can't remember her name. She's a censor in the early 1980s in the video nasties era of Great Britain. So she is working on looking at films to decide whether they're going to pass and be able to be seen in Great Britain or they're going to be banned in Great Britain. So she's in charge of that. Excuse me. And she comes across a video where she approves it and later she gets backlash. There it is, right there, censor, horror. I wouldn't really classify this as horror though.
No. It's I think a psychological.
It is. It's definitely more psychological
Than anything.
Niam Algar, directed by Prano Bailey Bond. Nobody you've ever heard of. Starring Niam Algar, like I said, Michael Smiley, Nicholas Burns, Vincent Franklin, and one actor you'll actually recognize, who I can't remember right now, but you'll recognize him in the show. But nonetheless, Niam Algar plays the main British censor. It's a very short movie. It says it's 84 minutes. It's a very interesting short movie. So she approves a film that later a murderer claims that he took his inspiration to kill his family from this film. So she's under this large investigation from the British publications, the newspapers and things like that. And she also is working on a film in which she identifies with the characters in the film because when she was younger, her sister disappeared. And when she watches this particular film where it's like they're out in the woods and two sisters are coming up to this cabin and one of them gets taken into the cabin and disappears. Mm-hmm. So she sees this and she thinks it's her life basically being filmed, and she gets obsessed with the director of this film, and I cannot remember. We watched this a couple weeks ago. We just weren't able to shoot the review a couple weeks ago, so it's a little foggy, so I'm sorry about that. But nonetheless, she identifies and she gets obsessed with the director of this film and is trying to figure out how to get in touch with this director. Meanwhile, she's telling her parents she thinks knows what happens to her sister because she thinks her sister is the actual actress in one of these movies, and she wants to get out to the set of this film to find this actor, this particular actress who looks a lot like her sister. And her parents are like, well, your sister's dead. We've got we've decided to do the death certificate, and this is kind of breaking Niam Algar's character's brain at this point. She's having trouble with this. So she ultimately finds out where the set of this guy's next movie is, goes out to it, and there's this whole Beast Man part. You remember the Beast Man? Beast Man is going to be in this movie, and he's like a horror character. And all these video nasties are mentioned, and all this behind the counter, like underhanded, like this horror movies are mentioned in this. But she finds out where this is going to be filmed, and she goes out to where this is being filmed and was mistaken for one of the actresses that's supposed to be in this film. And the makeup lady gets her ready. She goes out and she meets the director, and she ends up, I mean, it's not clear where her break with reality is, but she's clearly had a break from reality. She's lost her mind. This woman in this movie is not her sister. Her sister has clearly disappeared and is dead. This director is not responsible for her sister's death. Beastman is just an actor.
Yeah.
And she ends up like murdering quite a few people on the set of this film. And this is spoilers. I'm sorry if I didn't say that. But this is spoilers for the
Straight
video.
up spoilers.
She ends up
What we
murdering the director, murdering Beastman actor, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" You know, it's really like the last 30 minutes of this movie are just like, what the freak, you know?
It takes a little bit, like 84 minutes, but the first
60 minutes
60
or so,
minutes
yeah,
is pretty slow.
It
gotta
is
stick
slow.
with it.
You do.
Um,
The last like 25, 30 minutes are worth the
It's
ride.
yeah, it is kind of like, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah.
Type of movie. So
Yeah, and I really like after she murders people, she runs off with this actress, and you're getting like you're seeing it from her eyes, but you're getting these flashes of like the insanity outside her insanity
Yeah.
because she's not a reliable narrator. She's not reliable. So you're getting flashes of this actress that she's kidnapped, being like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" You know,
Yeah.
and then you get a
Get
flash
away
of
from
her
me.
back to her
Leave me
parents,
alone. Yeah.
and it's like, "I found her. I found my sister," and her parents like are all happy, but then you get this this flash for like 2 seconds of her parents just absolutely terrified
Yeah.
because they know that she's gone off her rocker and has kidnapped people and murdered people. But in her mind, which is the main viewpoint, there's rainbows and sunshine and all this stuff, and her sister's back. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was going to say impressive, but I don't think it's impressive because I think it's been done before. But I think the way it's been done here is pretty cool, and
Because you don't know.
yeah,
Like, yeah, they leave it open ended.
they do. You don't get any indication that she's going to get punished for this. You don't.
Yeah.
You
Or
get
if
it-
any of that even happened.
Yeah.
You know, that could have all been in her.
It could have been there
the whole
been
time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those where it's like, wow, that just happened, but did it? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, the flashes are kind of
So,
cool though because
yeah.
they, like, you just see her parents' horrified faces in one of the flashes and the actress's horrified face, and it's like,
And for them to overlay, like, try to shoot that as a
Yeah.
director,
yeah,
cut that in.
yeah,
It's pretty.
Prano Bailey Bonds.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, as a Vinegar Syndrome film, this is not like one of the typical Vinegar Syndrome films. This is a film they picked up because it was kind of fits in with their library in that it's a horror film and it's kind of independent and out there, but it's overall more an actual film than most of their
Yeah, I
film.
mean, it's pretty recent too.
Yeah, it's 2021.
Yeah,
And so it's one of their VSPs. Like Scary of 61st is also another one that released last year that they picked up to release, and I have that one as well. We were going to watch that one at some point as well. But yeah, Censor is interesting. I mean, it's very interesting. I don't think it's per se a must watch for everyone because this is not a movie for everyone.
No.
This is not going to be a movie that everyone
No.
should see. I mean, I can't recommend this to everyone.
No.
But if you're into like kind of a psychological type horror film, like a film that's not maybe exactly what you think it's going to be, I think this is the film for you.
Yeah.
Soundtrack wise, it's not.
Soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Scores
not.
are
It's just typical score.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing special.
I'm trying to think of a movie to compare it to.
I don't think there's much comparison for this movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing.
Yeah.
It's basically, I mean, a woman that may have been mentally kind of disrupted by
Yeah.
her viewing of the stuff that she had to censor. And then that led into her, you know.
Yeah, and it takes
You know,
a weird
it
view.
kinda-
It
yeah.
takes a weird view on that because the video nasties
Leads
era
into
was
that.
like you know, a lot of the videos came out. They were shot on video, and anybody could release a horror film, and it could be whatever. But like England took it too far and thought that everything would influence the youth
Yeah.
and people to kill people.
And
Well, it never really
and that's where it tried to go for a little bit.
Yeah,
And it essentially did, because she didn't know what was reality and what wasn't.
Yeah,
at that point.
But she had other reasons for that.
Yeah.
You know, she had a severe mental breakdown
Right.
based on her youth, things that happened in her youth. So it's an interesting character study, is what it really
Yeah,
is.
it did. The movie did its job. You know?
And I think she's great in it.
Oh, yeah.
Niam Algar, if I'm
Yeah,
saying
she
it
was-
right.
she was
She's
great.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've never seen her before, as far as I know.
Mhm.
She was great in it. But yeah, it's got a good cast. Everybody did well in it. I can't complain about the movie. I really liked it. I watched it twice. We had watched it, and I got a little tired, and I was dozing off here and there. So I watched it again the next day, and I really liked it ultimately. So I mean, we can go to rating. I don't have much else to say about it.
On the vinegar, you can't really do a vinegar.
I'm not even qualifying this as a vinegar
let's not
rating.
do
It's not the
vinegar on this.
same. Yeah.
Let's just do regular.
I'll do the
Yeah.
rating first. I give it 4 stars out of
4?
5 because I really like on second watch. I liked it a lot more. I guess I
Yeah.
was seeing a lot more. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm more like 3-5.
Yeah, I kind of figured you were going to be
Yeah.
a little bit lower.
The last 20 minutes were great. Not gonna lie. Leading up to that, it's kind of a drag.
Yeah, it can get a little draggy.
Yeah, and it's only 84 minutes. So,
Yeah, it's super
yeah.
short.
But yeah, they concluded it like it should have been.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
well done.
And I think the first
3-5.
60 minutes or so had to be there for the
Yeah.
ending to work. But yeah, I acknowledge it can be a little slow at the
Mhm.
beginning. All right, so 4 and a 3-5.
Yeah.
That's our review of Censor, a Vinegar Syndrome film. So we'll be watching more of those for sure.
Yep.
Basement Room
Not
t-shirts.
Yep.
If you'd like to, I can post a link in the description. But all 3 of you that watch might not want to pay $20 for this shirt. Yeah, maybe you do. Thanks for watching Basement Movie Room. We'll see you next time.
They fit well.
In all of us.